I'm here with Howson and Abdullah. We're outside Old Trafford. 5 out of 5 for Ali, the first manager since Sir Matt Busby to win his first 5. Post-war stuff, that.
How many did Matt win on a row?
Don't know. Probably 1 million.
Yeah, come on. Half stats McCullough or what? Anyway, yeah, I mean, 5 out of 5. Mission accomplished, really. Do you know what? When we looked at it, we go, well, there's 5 winnable games. But realistically, how many of those 5 did you really expect he would actually win? Because I didn't think 5.
I think we could have potentially dropped points at Newcastle. Maybe we would have won the other games, but it's the manner of those victories, isn't it?
The manner of the victories, today aside, has been fantastic. And I think that gives us a real lot of hope going into it. But I think the main thing everyone's talking about coming out of the ground there is, what about Sunday, lad? What are we going to do Sunday now?
I thought it was Ale's at the wheel.
All right, apart from that. But yeah, I think this is the one now that we've had a lacklustre performance. It was a second 11. There might be a load of people thinking about going on holiday to Dubai in a week, and then we find out what the crack is. The real test is going to be Tottenham.
Hold on, we're going to Dubai.
I don't think we are.
Chris never told me.
I don't think we are.
I wanted to ask you
Not even
something.
we get to go to Didsbury.
Not even Knutsford Services with producer Chris. Today, the performance wasn't great, but we won 2-0. That pleased me the most, because these are the kind of performances you come to Old Trafford, me as a kid, just taking for granted and expecting.
It's a bit similar to what I said against Young Boys. Like, yeah, the performance wasn't great, but we're in the hat for the next round. And ultimately, that's all that matters. If you're shit all the way through the season, but win 38 games in the league and all the games in the cups, you win everything. Now, that's unlikely to happen in it. And usually a good performance leads to good results. Usually. Sometimes it doesn't. And sometimes that's when you come out and you go, we was unlucky today. But that wasn't the case. We were better than them, but we weren't brilliant. We could have been brilliant because they're really bad.
Do you think the changes caused a bit of maybe lack of cohesion in the team? And, you know, there was a lot of players playing with each other in that for the first time.
It was, but what I'd say is disappointing is a lot of those players are fringe players currently, including Lukaku and Sanchez, let's be honest with ourselves. And I would be shocked to see either of them starting on Sunday, I really would, because I think Martial, Lingard and Rashford have really took the shirts, and I think that's how football should be. If you're playing well, then you play. I don't care how much you cost, I don't care where you come from, you should be playing if you've been the one that's in form at the moment. And the ones that are in form at the moment were the ones that didn't play today. And the disappointing thing is nobody really stepped up and took a shirt there today. There was players that we've all been screaming for chances: Fred, Pereira.
I was disappointed in them two a lot as well.
Yeah, and I seen a lot of people saying McTominay played well. I disagree. I thought the whole midfield was very flat. And one thing that we've seen since Ollie came in is midfielders, and including Matic, actually beating a man. They're taking a risk and they're taking a ball on, and they're actually doing something.
I meet about 3 today running through.
But today the midfielders really led to a flat performance. There was a couple of times Lukaku just got it caught under his feet, fell over it. Like, it's just one of them with him in the moment. And I don't know where and when he comes back into the team regular, but while Marcus is in the form that he's in, it's not a major drama.
Do you know that video of Smalling when they're doing a target competition with Matter and that, and he blazes one miles over, and everyone laughs at him? Sometimes I feel that happens in training at Lukaku's touch, and it makes me sad.
I don't think he's allowed to train near the windows.
Abdullah, what do you make of that?
I agree with Steve. I thought a lot of the players that you wanted to see come in and really show what they can do and get that opportunity against a poor side like Reading, who are struggling. I mean, Fred disappointed me today. I think he's got a good pass on him, but I just think he rushes everything.
Yeah, he does seem like he's never calm in it. He's always...
I feel like he just needs to take a breather, but one of the lads mentioned it as well. He was like a bit like Lindelof last season. He might need the season to settle in. I think he can get something out of someone like Fred. Pereira wasn't the greatest today, but you can still see he's a great. I think he's got a lot of potential, and I think he can influence the side. McTominay, average. Like a lot of people saying, oh, defensively he's all right and that, but in a game like this, when you're an academy player who's come through the last 2 seasons playing in our midfield, you should be running the show. You shouldn't be saying, oh, you've had an all right performance. You should be taking the ball, dictating the play, a bit like what Michael Carrick was doing for us, and McTominay's not going to do that for us. That back four today, I don't think one of them is good enough to start week in, week out for this season anyways. I think Delors might be able to prove a point next season. I think he might have an influence for us this season, but that says a lot. I think our defence really worries me. I don't want to just have a negative over it because we've just gone through in the FA Cup, but I would expect us to dominate a side like Reading a bit more.
Swansea beat him at the Medeski last week 4-1. Obviously, when they come here, they're set up a little bit differently. They're trying to make things happen. We are through, though. 5 out of 5 for Ali. Tottenham coming up next. What front three would you play?
I think I agree with Steve, what he just said. Jesse, Martial, Rashford. I think the reason you do that is, again, these guys are putting the performances. They've proved their points. Rom's done all right off the bench. Let's just keep it at that until, like today, he had a full 90 minutes. Yes, he scored, done brilliantly for the goal. But again, the ball was getting caught under his feet. Touches weren't too great again. I think when you put the ball in front of him, does a lot better. We've seen that. The fact that we're not firing the ball at him all game and playing direct to him has helped him a lot. But I think you just got to play with the players that have proved their point and got us the results and looked best. And that's Jesse, Marcus and Martial.
Looking forward to Tottenham?
I am. It's going to be a good game. It's going to be a big game. Beating Tottenham, which is going to be tough, gives us a blueprint for how it might go down against the Scousers and against PSG, because there's a bit of similarities between the way all three play.
In fact, we're going to absolutely dick the Scousers.
Apart from the fact that it's three totally different sides. But I think that what's going to be key in that game is the 6 players, the 6 forward players that we've seen really looking great under Ole, and that's Matic, Herrera, Pogba, and that forward three that we've just mentioned there. As much as I love him, I don't think Juan Mata's going to be suiting the system. I see we moved him into the 10 a little bit later on. We pushed Pereira over to that right wing. I just don't know if Juan Mata can be a player in this system because he can't press. And that's the worry a little bit of today's starting 11, really. Sanchez can, obviously. Can Lukaku? Can Mata?
Do you think, I know Sanchez still got the energy, you still think he's got the quality?
I'm sure he has, yeah. I'm sure. I mean, obviously, he looked like he picked up and not coming off there today.
Great assist, by the way. I'm not ignoring that.
Oh yeah, but I think that the whole team looked flat today. So it's probably a little unfair judging everybody on the same performances today there, because maybe the mentality was a little bit different. Maybe we'd said, let's keep it a little bit quiet. Let's just minimise what they do. Although we didn't. I think they had more shots than we did in the end. But we're in the hat, and ultimately that's what you've got to walk out of here and go, we're in the hat for the next round.
You want next Leeds away?
Yeah, Leeds away would be sick.
Cheers, man.